Hey guys, welcome back. We are actually going to start this week off at a Walmart. And this particular Walmart I have not been into in probably 3 or 4 weeks. And I always like to go in every once in a while to check and see if anything's gone down in price. And there was one item in particular that I've been eyeballing, and it has not been clearanced out yet. So see what we get. All right, we picked up a couple of games, and you can probably figure out what game I was talking about earlier. Yoshi's Woolly World on the Wii U. This has been sitting on the shelf for like 6 months, and every time I come in and get it scanned, it's always $50. And I'm like, they gotta clearance this out sooner or later, right? This is like a special edition. It's got like the Yoshi amiibo in it in the game, but yeah. Today I went in there and scanned it, and it was $15. So I'm definitely picking that up. As y'all know, I'm collecting the Wii U hard, and this is an awesome pickup for that collection. Yoshi's Woolly World on the Wii U. Also, whenever I see a clearance sticker, I always scan it anyway because the stickers aren't always right. And this one was on clearance for $32.84. It's Shovel Knight Treasure Trove, and I scanned this one. It was also $15. So this is actually all the Shovel Knight games in one. I believe it's like 5 games in all. So if y'all haven't played the Shovel Knight games, you gotta check them out. It's like a retro game done in a new style. So these are really, really awesome to play. I have the original on Wii U, and this has got the original and the other games included. So awesome pickup here. $15 for both of them each. Not a bad start to the week. All right, we found one game over at that St. Vincent. I thought I was gonna grab more, but the other ones were more expensive and they were scratched. So I left them behind. We ended up grabbing Command & Conquer Red Alert 3. I don't have this game, and I was thrown off at first because the cover looked odd, but I realized it's one of those reversible covers, so that's why it was a little off. But yeah, I don't have this game, and it's got a lot of big name actors playing in it, so that's gonna be kind of cool. And I've only played 1 or 2 of the Command & Conquer games, so I've never played this one, so I'm looking forward to throwing this in, trying it out. All right, we stepped into my local St. Vincent de Paul, and they had a couple of games in there. Actually, more games than I'm used to seeing in there. But unfortunately, it was a lot of stuff that I didn't care about. It's what it is. I grabbed 3 games that you saw off the shelf, but only one of them was one that I actually needed. I think the other 2 were already in my collection, so I ended up putting them back. But we did pick up Okami on the Wii. This was only $2. All the games at this St. Vincent de Paul are always $2 a piece. So, but yeah, I surprisingly did not have this game yet, and I came out, I believe, on PS2 and Wii and maybe Xbox. I'm not sure. I can't remember off the top of my mind. But yeah, it got remade for the Xbox One and the PS4, but I never, for my life, had picked it up yet. So pretty stoked to grab that for $2. Not a bad deal. All right, stepped over to my local video game store over at Eastgate Mall. It's RLA Video Games, and I bought a bunch of stuff. I had a ton of trade credits set up over there, so I figured I probably should start spending it. Picked up 4 games altogether. First of all, and if y'all watched my my video game room tour, you know how much I love Wreck-It Ralph. So I grabbed the DS version of the game. I think I have it on Wii, which is probably the same game, but my love of Wreck-It Ralph is unwavering, so I don't care what game it is, what system it's for, I'm probably going to pick it up. But yeah, it was only $5, so no brainer there. We also picked up a loose game, and I don't have this, which is pretty cool because I just really got rid of my Dreamcast recently. So this is the Dreamcast collection on Xbox 360. It has Space Channel 5, Bass Fishing, Sonic Adventure, and Crazy Taxi, which those 2 last games are 2 of my favorites on the Dreamcast. So awesome to grab all 4 of those for $15, not bad. We also picked up Left 4 Dead 2. Now, I've played Left 4 Dead 1. I don't believe I played the second one. And I looked it up online. I guess if you put this in your Xbox One X, it'll play in 4K. So that's pretty awesome. Looking forward to trying that out and playing that in 4K on my Xbox. But grabbed that, I believe, for $14. And last but certainly not least, I love my RPG games, and I love the Tales series. So we picked up Tales of Berseria on the PS4. Another one with $15. Altogether, I think I spent something around $50, $49, something like that in trade credit, and got 4 games, and all games that I'm looking forward to grabbing and playing. And it's good to go in there and shop around for a little bit. right, at the time of this recording, it's actually like about a week after Black Friday. And if you guys remember on the Black Friday episode, there was a Meijer that had a whole bunch of clearance games. And I figured I'd go back and see what they had left after everything kind of been wiped out after Black Friday. And they actually had a good chunk of stuff left. And one of the games was a game that everybody was wondering why I didn't grab. And I kept on saying it's a game that didn't get great reviews. And I was kind of like, man, do I want to get it or not? I kind of hemmed and hawed on it. But I decided to grab it finally. Sonic Forces on the Switch. It was $10. I mean, it's a $20 game. It's like half off. So I'm down for grabbing it. I'll try it out. It looks very similar to like Sonic Adventure. So, I mean, it can't be terrible, I guess. But everywhere I've heard about it, it has such terrible reviews. But, you know, for $10, I'll try it out. If it stinks, we'll trade it in, get the same amount back. So, not a bad deal. And we picked up one other game. And this is actually apparently a used game. I guess they sell pre-owned games there sometimes. But it only was $6.25. It's Batman Return to Arkham, which is like an Arkham City and Arkham Asylum 2-pack. And I guess on the Xbox One X, this is enhanced, so it probably has better frame rates and whatnot. So I'm totally want to try it out. I think that I have both these games, but I think I have them on PS3. So the visuals will be much better on this one. So yeah, totally down to pick that up for $6.25. It's like $3 a piece. Can't complain about that one bit. And yeah, I think the game even used goes for like $13-14. So sweet. But not a lot left. I mean, there was a good chunk of games there, but not stuff that I was really interested in. A lot of stuff that was the online only games that I don't really get into. So I left most of those behind. I thought about getting Breakpoint, but I couldn't tell if it was just online only or if it actually had a campaign mode or not. So I just kind of left it behind. Didn't feel like grabbing that and taking the risk on it. So anyways, not a bad little deal over at Meijer. All right, we stopped over at a Goodwill over on the west side, a suburb just outside of town, and we ended up picking up 2 games. If you saw, I picked 3 games up in there, but that College Hoops 2K7 had a good amount of scratching on it, and from my experience, 360 games, if they get scratched up at all, even if you repair them, sometimes they don't work properly, so I just left it behind. 2K8 is worth a ton of money, but 2K7 is only worth about, I want to say $15, $16, something like that. But if it had been 2K8, I probably would have tried it because that game's still worth around $50 to $60. So we picked up 2 games. Like I said, we got a PS2 game and a OG Xbox game. For the PS2, we picked up 13. And if you guys don't know, they just remade or remastered this game, and it hasn't gotten a very good reviews because this game has a cult following, I guess. And people were not happy with how the art style turned out or how the gameplay turned out on the remake. So this is a pretty good game from what I've heard. It's a first-person shooter, but with like a comic book art style. So if you haven't had a chance to try this, give it a whirl. It's definitely worth a look. And I have never owned this game. I played it once or twice at a friend's house, but like never bought it for myself. So $5 today. And here's an obscure one that I'd never heard of. Dead Man's Hand. I think this is an Xbox exclusive. It might be on PC as well. But yeah, it's like a first-person Western game. I honestly can't tell you much about it because I don't know much about it. But it looks pretty awesome. I saw it on the shelf, and the name just didn't sound familiar. So anytime I find an obscure game, I'm totally going to pick it up. So 2 games, $10 altogether. Every game inside that Goodwill is usually $5 a piece. So not a bad deal. right, stepped into that Goodwill. I haven't had a chance to come over this one on the west side in a while, but I did find 2 games inside, and both of them were in these strange replacement cases and replacement artwork. So, not going to complain about it because I'm pretty much going to flip these straight to GameStop. First one was Left 4 Dead 2, which I just picked up earlier in the episode. I bought it on trade credit, so I'm not hating, but like, I seriously could have gotten it for $2 and been happy with it. But this will be a flip over to GameStop. It goes for $11 at GameStop, so $2 to 11, I'll take it. Same thing with this one. Black Ops 2. Once again, replacement case. Once again, black and white artwork, but it works. $11 trade in for this over at GameStop, and I paid $2 a piece on these, so I'll turn $4 into $22 trade credit any day of the week. All right, last stop of the week, and we hit that little thrift shop over on the west side. I believe they call themselves One Stop Thrift Shop, but I guess the name is kind of a work in progress. He was telling me he's kind of been deciding on if he wants to change the name or whatnot, but it is what it is. It's over on North Bend Road if any of the local folks want to go take a look at it. They have really good deals, and the guy in there was really willing to work with me today to find some prices that I would be willing to pay for some stuff. A couple of games were priced higher than I wanted to pay for them, so he brought them down and made it work. First of all, we picked up on the PS3 Hunted Demon's Forge. This was listed at $650, and I told him that's a little higher than I'd usually pay for them, so he made it $4. I'm down for that. I think this game usually goes for around $10, so it's nothing special, but looks kind of like a almost like a Skyrim type game, but like in the third person, so willing to try that out. We also grabbed on the Xbox 360 Eat Lead. If that doesn't sound like a violent game, I don't know what does. It is, from what I can tell, it's like another third-person game. The back doesn't really give a lot of good description on what you're doing in it, but I guess the voices of Will Arnett and Neil Patrick Harris are involved in this game. So it's interesting. It only costs $2, and it's not a really expensive game in the first place, but glad to pick it up for $2. And the last thing I grabbed was Daxter on PSP, but it actually wasn't. The game was not actually in there. It was a movie inside of it, but I already have this game loose, so I asked him, could I buy the case off you for $1? He said sure. So I grabbed the case for Daxter, and it has the manual and everything inside, so I completed that. I'm a happy camper. Guys, that's gonna wrap it up. I appreciate you guys coming out again this week and checking out all the deals with me, and I'm glad we can get out to the thrift stores again this week and kind of get back to the roots of it. But we've been doing a lot of retail shopping, and I'm glad to hit thrift shops more often now. Guys, as always, please, please, please stay safe out there, and until next time, keep hunting.